Good evening, folks. Tonight we're going to talk about dreams. So, we all dream all the time, right? Or not. A lot of us can't remember our dreams. So in psychology, we define dreams as the stream of images, actions, and feelings experienced while in REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. And remember, that's the deepest level of sleep that we experience when our brain waves pretty much slow down to its lowest level. And our eyes move around in our sockets. That's why we call it rapid eye movement. But this is the time of sleep when we generally experience most of our dreams. Now, there have been some studies that have shown that dreams do occur sometimes in other phases of sleep. However, they more represent these kind of like hypnagogic imagery or hallucinations that we talked about yesterday. They're not quite as involved as dreams are. So, what do we dream about? All sorts of weird stuff, right? I know most of my dreams, at least, often include some negative event or emotion, especially failure dreams, being pursued, attacked, rejected, or having bad luck. The other day I had a dream that I was late for school and everybody was mad at me. I used to have dreams when I was a kid that I would be in front of a group of people and all of a sudden I'd realize I was naked or something like that. Failure dreams are very, very common. And contrary to popular belief, which was put forth by the guy that we're going to study in a little bit, dreams do not often include sexuality, although that they can. As we mentioned in the last lecture, dreams may incorporate real-world sounds or other stimuli into our dreams, which shows that there is this window of consciousness open while we're sleeping. Dreams may also include images from recent, traumatic, or frequent experiences. Whatever is weighing heavy on your mind in that moment when you go to sleep is more likely to be dreamt about. So anything that's pressing, maybe some traumatic event you just experienced, maybe something that you're going through in your life at the time. So this guy, Sigmund Freud, he was the first dude who actually looked at dreams from a scientific psychological perspective. And his theory is called psychoanalytic theory. When you lay on a couch and a guy asks you about your relationship with your mom, yeah, that's this guy, Freud. So he thought that dreams represented what he called latent content, conflict, worries, or urges, below the symbolic manifest content. The plot, actions, and images were called of dreams. So he also had the idea of the unconscious versus the conscious. So the dreams, if we remember them, they are these conscious dreams that we remember, but what the dreams represent are these unconscious things that exist in our mind, such as worries or conflicts or fears or wishes. So dreams for Freud are an expression of the unconscious, and if we remember them, the dreams become conscious. So for Freud, the important thing to remember is that dreams express aspects of our unconscious, which he called latent content. So there's different theories about how dreams function. And I should say that there is no agreement in the psychological community about exactly what's going on in dreams. Each camp kind of comes at it from their own perspective and they have their own ideas about it. I personally think that it's some sort of mixture of all of them. However, you're free to make up your own conclusions. So the first theory is called wish fulfillment, and this is basically Freud's theory, psychoanalytic theory. So he said that dreams provide a psychic safety valve, meaning we all have all this stuff that's repressed, and dreams allow it to sort of vent itself. They often express otherwise unacceptable feelings and contain both manifest, meaning remembered content, and latent content, hidden meaning. So maybe you have a dream where you beat the crap out of someone that you really don't like. So that's kind of a way of letting off steam, basically. So the problem with this is that it lacks any hard scientific support, and while it may be valid on a case-to-case basis, it can't be sort of generalized to everyone. Not everyone has these sort of wish fulfillment dreams all the time. And also, dreams may be interpreted in many different ways. So Freud was famous for seeing sex in everything, which probably shows that he had his own issues going on. However, that is the main reason why this Freudian psychoanalytic theory isn't really given much thought these days. However, there is some truth to it. The second theory about the functioning of dreams comes from a group called the Information Processing Group. They say that dreams help us sort out the day's events and consolidate our memories. So basically, the theory is that during the night, not only is your body kind of reassessing itself and re-upping itself and taking care of things that need to take care, but our mind does the same thing. It kind of organizes ideas and our experience of the day and files them away in their proper places and just sort of makes sense of everything. And that's all well and good. It sounds great. But how about those really strange dreams of things that we haven't experienced? What about that weird guy in your dream that you've never seen before? What about the strange, fantastic, cartoon-like place that you go to in your dreams? This can't really be explained by something that you experience during the day. So that theory is also incomplete, although it contains some truths. The next theory is the physiological function theory, and these guys think that regular brain stimulation from REM sleep may help develop and preserve neural pathways. So meaning that when REM sleep happens, it sends signals to your brains, and what this does is helps develop the connections between these synapses and neurons. So basically, it's very similar to the information processing theory, except that this one focuses on the actual physical structures, neurons, synapses, brain connections. So this may be true, but it doesn't explain why we experience meaningful dreams. It doesn't explain why we could wake up with a sudden flash of insight from a dream, why dreams can affect us so emotionally, why dreams can just be so fantastical and ridiculous sometimes. So it's also incomplete, although it does, like the other ones, contain some truth. The next is the activation synthesis theory, which says that REM sleep triggers impulses that evoke random visual memories, which our sleeping brain weaves into the stories. Now this is similar to physiological function because it's focusing on the impulses to the brain, although this one says that the impulses kind of evoke these random memories. So impulses are sent to our brain, the brain acts as a random memory, which then the brain makes sense of and gives meaning to. Now, this may actually be true. I think there's actually some truth to this. And the individual's brain is weaving the stories. So, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, this theory tells us more about the dreamer himself or herself rather than the nature of dreams in general. So the way that we weave the stories tells us something about ourselves. I went to therapy once years and years ago, and the guy asked me about my dreams, and he wasn't interested in the dreams themselves. He was, or what actually happened in the dreams. He was interested in how I explained the dreams, or how I had made sense of the dreams, or in other words, how I weaved the story together. So this is activation synthesis. The next theory and last is the cognitive developmental theory, which states that dream content reflects the dreamer's cognitive development, his or her knowledge, and that word under there is understanding. So this may be true. Dreams are definitely an expression of where we are cognitively and emotionally. However, it does little to address the neuroscience of dreams, which is very important in psychology. So when we're talking about dreams, it should be made very clear again that people really don't know what's going on. We have lots of theories about it, but it's still this mysterious realm, which I find fascinating. And it says something about the nature of dreams in general. So we're going to look at this in class again a little bit. I hope you all have a restful sleep and have sweet dreams. Good night.